Well, when you think of cutting into trees with a chainsaw, art might not be the first thing that comes to mind. But after you see Jimmy Hobbs' work, you might see timber in a whole new light. This morning, I want to introduce you to the chainsaw artist from Grand Saline by way of Lufkin in this CBS19 Originals. Think of the chainsaw as his paintbrush and the logs as his canvas.
Yeah, when you first start, you carve an eagle or whatever, and you're like, okay, how do I? So you cut, and then all of a sudden you see it like it's happening, it's coming alive. So then you're wanting to do it more and more and more.
Jimmy Hobbs began carving out a new career 12 years ago, but trees have been his life for more than 30 years.
I've probably climbed over 50,000 trees, 33 years of climbing trees.
First, working on and later owning a tree service.
I mean, really, I was climbing them way before that. I'd be in the top of a tree and Mom would come out there, get out of that tree. So it didn't bother me. And then I was 21, and I went to work for a tree service, and I was watching the guys go up the trees, and I was going, I can do that. And they said, oh, it's pretty dangerous. You don't want to do this. Well, we'll give you an easier tree. So we went down the road, we trimmed the power lines, and they said, here, try this one. I run up there and cut all the limbs off like they said, and they said, well, we'll give you a harder tree.
After conquering the tall pines of East Texas.
So it was like, why, how did they get from that to that?
A reality show, Saw Dogs, gave Jimmy his next challenge.
I had chainsaws, and I come out and just started carving, and it turned out kind of close. So I did another one, and just couldn't stop.
Jimmy spent the first 4 years just learning to get the shapes close. He says the intricate detail, which is hard to imagine with chainsaws, came later.
Usually you'll run about 3 different saws. Depends on the size of the piece. If you got a little one, you just run 2 saws, a little blocking saw and then a little detail saw.
Using nature's canvas, Jimmy turns leftover logs and stumps into stunning works of art. From redbirds, bears, and majestic bald eagles to towering Indian chiefs and even taller Bigfoot creations, every piece tells a story.
It's an eagle on top, 2 owls, some baby owls, a horned owl, a woodpecker, cardinal, alligator, a herring, deer, mama deer and baby deer. I got a snake coming out of a crack, a beehive, a little bee up there, just a little bit of everything that we got at the nature preserve.
Jimmy Hobbs' artistry is gaining attention. He created this sculpture for the Mineola Nature Preserve.
I think that one took me 5 days. It's probably 18 foot tall.
His favorite thing to carve?
Faces, human faces.
I would think faces would be the hardest.
Starting out, it really is, but once you learn the certain things about it, it becomes really easy. So women's faces are hard, real hard.
So delicate, it takes just the right touch to create. And he prefers to embark on a wood with a softer side.
I really like the catalpa, but it holds up really good, and it lasts a long time. It's soft.
But you'll also see Jimmy's work come to life in East Texas pines and oak.
It's challenging enough that your brain is shut everything else off, and I'm concentrating on that, so it is. It's relaxing.
And rewarding.
If you're out in the open and people see you, they'll stop and take pictures and tell you nice job, and that makes you feel good.
As does the watching and waiting for the big reveal. It's equally as impressive as the art itself. It's what makes Jimmy Hobbs an East Texas original. And Hobbs does a number of live shows and carving events across the country, as well as custom pieces like this one right here. You can check out his website. We'll link that over on CBS19.TV. It was incredible. I swear he did this in a really, really short amount of time.
Which is unbelievable.
Crazy.
And it really just shows the growth that he's had, that he could just whip this out, because I feel like that's such a hard hobby to master.
Just look how intricate it is. I can't believe he did that with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to me, they were big chainsaws, but those little pieces. But
I feel
incredible.
like it gives him a lot of peace of mind being out there. He said he closes off everything around him. So I need to find me a hobby like that. Maybe not chainsaw art. I don't think I could ever do anything like this, but I love that story.
Well,